Hello. Today I'm gonna show you how to secure a home Wi-Fi connection, which means how to make sure nobody is gonna use your Wi-Fi connection or get your key or by any way to get connected to your Wi-Fi connection and somehow use your DSL or internet connection. I'm not saying that with this video you will have 100% a secure connection, but as long as you try every option, everything, you make sure that you get rid of every backdoor or any problem. Make sure that 90% of the people will not get access to your internet connection. So let's get the first stuff, which is the Wi-Fi. Sure. Alright, and this is, where is the Wi-Fi connection? And here we have a D-Link modem Wi-Fi with the DSL connection. In the setup, wireless setup, well, I think everybody has this kind of option, which is the channel and the transmission rate, and this kind of security like the WPA, and the shared key. We all know that anybody can use some kind of utility and try to hack your shared key or your password to get connected to your system. So first thing to do is, first thing you can do is to hide your wireless network, which means if you click here, you will no longer have your wireless system visible to the neighbors. So in this case, you will need to go to your device and set up the SSID, which is here. This is the SSID. You will no longer have the connections available, and click on it and just enter the shared key. The network SSID will not be visible. So if you want to make a connection, you will have to write manually the SSID name, the frequency, and the channel frequency, and every other option. So let's not start with this option. Let's go somewhere else, because these kind of options are, most of people know how to do it. But some other options I want to show you is for example, this one, which is very interesting, and many people do not use this option, which is very useful to make sure nobody can get to your computer. The wireless MAC filter. This option, if you activate this option, you have two options: to allow association or deny association. Allow, which means I will allow only these people getting to my wireless system. The deny means that I want these guys to not get into my system. You're going to use the first option, which allows association. You're going to activate the option, and what you're going to put here is the MAC address of the computers of the device that I want to let these people get connected to my wireless system. So first of all, what is the MAC address? If I type ipconfig, if I I can have my IP address and the other information, which is the MAC address of any network board installed in my computer, which is the wireless or the wired cable, wired net board. I select the MAC address, I go here and I paste it. Just be aware that it's not minus, it should be like that. Make sure the system will allow. So basically what I did is, if I apply these settings, the only computer that will be able to connect to this wireless modem is my computer with the Wi-Fi system with this MAC address. No one can get connected to this system. So if you have a phone or tablet or any other computer, just fill in their MAC address all the way here. You can have 8 association, so you can enter their MAC address. Make sure only these people, even though they can steal your shared key, even though they can get any information about the modem, as long as they are not listed here, they will not be able to get in to your system. So just get all the MAC address of all your devices. Whatever the phone, in the phone you can open the phone, inside you can find the MAC address, or in the options of the Android or iOS. You put the MAC address, you apply the settings, and any other device will not be able to get in to the wireless system. The second option that I want to make sure this is in the LAN setup, and go advanced. So I just want to make a statement that this is the D-Link modem. So with other modems it's gonna be different. For example, with TP-Link or Cisco or any others. So you gotta just try to find out they all have the wireless MAC filter. Or it may be, the name may be changed, or with the wireless MAC firewall or something like that, but it's always about MAC address and wireless. And the second options is in the DHCP. So let's go to the LAN option, advanced LAN. I think it's here. No, go to setup, LAN setup. It's there. Okay. So we have here DHCP server, which is enabled. What does it mean is that this modem, wireless modem, will allow anyone who gets the shared key to get connected, and this system will give it a IP address starting from 192.168.1.2.2.4.5.4. For example, my computer, which is LabDev, is getting this address, and this is my MAC address. So I am a client, I am connected to the wireless, and I am getting a new IP address. So anybody else will get connected will have the address 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and so on. And this is the lease, which means how many times my address will be leased for my computer. After a while I will need to renew my lease. So what you need to do is simply disable this option. Do not use the DHCP server, which means that anybody who knows the shared key will be able to connect to your computer, but will not be able to get an IP address, so he won't be able to navigate to internet. So, but how will you do with your computers? The simple thing is to set up your network card manually, which means you go to let's say to your wireless connection here, you go properties and TCP/IP properties, and here you can find that the IP address is assigned automatically. You will need to set up this manually, and since the system was supposed to give addresses from 2 to 254, you just need to put 192.168.1.2. Just hit tab. You will have the mask automatically saved. Also, you need, it's mandatory, 168.1.1. Who is the 1.1? It's the modem. It must be as a gateway. You must put this IP address, otherwise it's not gonna work. How about the DNS? Just put the Google DNS and everything will be fine. So in this case, you did set up your IP address manually, so anyone else will not be able to get your computer. If you need, for example, if anybody knows that the IP address with the modem are used with 192.168.1.2, you can use 100, say for example, and put the gateway with 100. So people, they need to guess that you have changed 1 to 100, but beware that you need to change also the network address of your modem to 102. So you need to set up to 101 and your network card to 102, and if you have a second phone you made 103 and 4 and 5 and 6. So basically what you're doing is that you're doing the DHCP job. So you disable this option, and anybody who can guess the shared key will not be able to get an IP address. Even though he will try 1.1, it's not gonna work. So with these two options, this one and the MAC address, I can guarantee with 99% of the people will not be able to get into your Wi-Fi connection. Thank you for watching, and let's get to the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.